I am kind of on what I'd say the second significant chapter of my life. Post-divorce is always tough. It was financially devastating. You can either be a victim or you can try to manage the situation you're in, right? And so it was a choice to try to manage it. For me, this really came as a part of what I would say is a great awakening to just lead the way that I thought God would expect me to lead in every aspect of life. Taking control of the things that I was doing and the example that I was being for my girls. So I ate pasta and beans and stuff most of the time when my girls weren't with me to be able to afford me to be able to cook like a real meal with like real food groups when they were with me, because that's not how I ate every day, right? But it's kind of like they didn't need to be the victim of the choices that I was making. So I remarried 5 years ago. Now, a father of 5, as the head of the household, I'm responsible for everybody else in that house, right? So it'd be pretty jerky of me to then go, I'm going to take care of all the debt that I had, but you're going to have to take care of all the debt that you had if I'm not willing to kind of step up and help out with that. Like, all of my debt was not taken care of when I remarried. On paper, the math for me didn't work. Like, I could not service the things I needed to service. And one of the things you always look at is, do I pay my tithes? Your tithe is your first fruit. So technically, God should get his tithes before your taxes get paid. And if I was honest with myself, I was not being a good steward of what God had given me, right? So I was not consistently paying my tithes. I was not consistently being responsible. And so that was one wake-up point, is that I thought about, kind of really the biggest burden I had post-divorce was servicing debt. And when I became more obedient with paying my tithes, things started to happen. We got a huge blessing to pay off the things that needed to be paid off, right? So the math just doesn't work. It doesn't make sense, right? And so that to me was super reaffirming of how God works, right? And I firmly believe that if I am obedient in giving my tithe and I am obedient in trying to be generous and help those around me, then he will continue to take care of me. I can't just kind of count my pennies like Stooge and, expect that they're going to continue to build and be abundant. That's just not going to happen. And so it's a phenomenal thing when, my wife has come to me recently and was like, instead of giving to X, or instead of doing this, I'm going to go give this money to the food bank, or I'm going to go give this money to be able to help other people. And it totally changes the way you manage the talents that God has given you, right? So yeah, you can go bury them, or you can figure out what to go do with them. And for me, it was just a matter of, you got to figure out what to do and not be a victim.